Things start to get really tough at this time of year. And even though it looks really sunny out there, it's not always great weather for the hills. So a lot of my time on the lead up to a day on the hills is spent checking the forecast. And as you can see, the forecast for today is 50 to 60 mile an hour winds on the tops. And the route that I'm planning with this weather forecast is the Brothers of Kintail, as I've been planning this route for weeks, and every time I go to do it, the weather changes last minute. So I'll tell you my plans for this hike for when it eventually does happen. So the route today begins at the Cluny Inn, where I'm going to start cycling down the A87 down to the bike drop-off point, and then I'm going to make the steep ascent at Bealach Na Lapain. I'm then going to hike across the Three Munros on the Brothers Ridge, and then make my way back down to the Cluny Inn, where I'll drive down the glen at the end of the day and pick up my bike. So the next time you'll see me, I should be cycling in the dark along the A87. Well, good morning guys, and welcome to Glen Shiel. I finally got the conditions that I was wanting for this walk today. The walk today, as I said previously, is the Brothers Ridge. It was a fantastic cycle down from the Cluny Inn. I can't really call it a cycle, as it was more like a freewheel all the way down to the lower car park here. And from here, it's pretty much 550 metres straight uphill to the Bealach. The reason that I cycled it in the dark is because there's going to be a lot less traffic on the roads, and I think it was a good decision. I don't really like cycling on the roads at the best of times. So anyway, I better crack on with the steep part of this walk. Well, that's the sun up, and it's revealed the fantastic views of the South Glen Shiel Ridge behind me. The weather looks like it's going to be great today. Oh, I'm looking forward to seeing the views up on the ridge. And I think I'm about 200 metres away from Bealach Na Lapain, which is the start of the Brothers Ridge today. What a fantastic day already. Oh, that's a relentless ascent up to Bealach Na Lapain, which links the Five Sisters of Kintail to the Brothers Ridge behind me. And as you can see, it's a short pull up to the first Munro, which doesn't look too far. The cloud keeps coming and going, and it is a little bit chilly. I've had to put an extra layer on, but it is the end of October and early November, so it's actually reasonably mild for this time of year. So anyway, I better head on to the first Munro of the Brothers Ridge. There we go, Munro 160. Now this Munro is known as Saileag, and it's 956 metres high. It means the little heel. Behind, you can see the fantastic views of the Five Sisters of Kintail. It's very atmospheric still. Well, that's the word I'm going to use, is atmospheric. or slightly cloudy, but it is seeming to lift. So hopefully by the time I get to the next Munro, I'll have the full view. So as I mentioned, it is pretty atmospheric up here, but there is still views to be had, and it looks like it's just going to clear to show me the views of the ridge ahead. Down this way, great views to the north. I think that is Ben Fada, a Munro that I done earlier this year, and again back to the Five Sisters of Kintail. So I think now it's starting to clear up. I'm going to make my way along the ridge. What a day I'm having so far. I mean, look at these views. Kintail has to be up there for one of the most scenic areas in Scotland. Absolutely fantastic. And the ridge walking hasn't been too difficult so far. There was one mild scramble just down the hill just behind me there, but nothing too serious. And that's the kind of walks I enjoy. It wasn't long until the next Munro revealed itself. It was a slight detour from the ridge on this rocky outcrop. So as I just mentioned, you can probably see by the size of the cairn, that is the top of the second Munro today, the highest point of the Brothers Ridge. Like I mentioned, it's just on a wee outcrop that you go out to and then come back and rejoin the ridge. So let's go and see what the views are like up there. A bit of care was required getting to the top of this Munro, as there was a steep drop off either side. But it wasn't long before I made the short scramble to the top. This top certainly has a bit of an airy feel to it. As you can see here, there's not that much to stand on to. But this is Sgùrr Bhealaich Dheirg, and it means peak of the Red Pass, and it's 1,036 metres high. A bit of an airy situation up here, like I just mentioned, so I think I might head out there just a little bit. As you can see, there's a cairn there, kind of perched on the rocks. The cloud seems to be dispersing a little bit, and hopefully it'll stay like that for the rest of the day. Oh, I've just noticed behind me as well, a huge Brocken Spectre. No way. No way. Could you believe that? The perfect day now, the absolute perfect day. That is unbelievable. That has made my day. And it just shows you that sometimes it pays off to leave these routes for the better days, as I was going to do it a couple of weeks ago, but instead I went and done the single Munro a Saileag. Look at that. So from here you can see all the Munros on the east end of Glen Shiel. Behind me you can see Keisty Dhu, the Munro that I seen the other day. In the middle is Bealach Na Lapain. That's the one that I've not done yet and I couldn't reach on the ridge. And the one to the right hand side is Saileag, and that was actually covered in snow if you watched my video from a couple of weeks ago. It's amazing how quickly the conditions can change. This looks like a good spot for lunch and not bad views either. Right, that's enough messing about here, I think. Time to start heading uphill again. Woohoo! Into the cloud we go. So as with most of the scrambles on this ridge, there's optional bypass, so you can make it as difficult as you want to make it. There we go, Munro 162 this will be, and this is Aonach Meadhoin, and it's 1001 meters high. I think it means the middle ridged hill, something along that lines. Just as I say it's not going to clear and it's very cloudy up here, it has actually cleared. So I'll show you some of the views up here. From here you've pretty much got 360 views of the whole of Glen Shiel. So they're down to Loch Clunie. That's actually the descent ridge I'm going to take back down to the Clunie Inn. There is the South Glen Shiel Ridge. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 Munros I think. And in the background must be the saddle. And back to the Munros I've just done on the Brothers Ridge and the Sisters of Kintail in behind. Fantastic views, and I probably couldn't have timed that any better. It's been cloudy the whole way up there until literally a couple of minutes I get here, so I really lucked out today. Perfect. Well, that's going to be about it for today's video. Not bad views to finish up. It's been a fantastic day today doing the Brothers Ridge. This has been up there with one of my favourite routes so far. If you're a beginner looking to do your first ridge walk, then I'd say this is pretty much perfect. A bit less committing than the South Glen Shiel Ridge, but great bang for buck. The views are incredible. And I've made the most of the conditions today, as tonight the clocks go back an hour. So I dare say things are going to change pretty soon. I think we'll see some of the white stuff on the hills pretty soon as well. But anyway, that's enough rambling on for one day. I'm just going to pack up and head down the ridge that's just covered in cloud behind me there, back down to the Clunie Inn. And from there, I'll drive back down that road again and pick up my bike at the start of this route. So I better rate my day out of 10, and it's getting a 10 out of 10, I think. Just based off conditions, and as I say, the views up here are something else. So that's it for today's video. I hope you've enjoyed it as much as I've enjoyed filming it. and hopefully you'll join me for some more Munros in the next one.